district or other colleges, so please say a few words.
Hi, everybody. Well, it's great to see people here. I wish there was a bigger crowd to speak to, and we all need to work to make sure that that happens. I'm a returning student. I've had a 28-year absence from school. 28 years ago, I was enrolled in a community college in Iowa. I was a good student. I was a popular student. And then I was outed by a roommate. He outed me by finding a periodical in my room called The Advocate. The Advocate is a magazine that disperses news about the gay community. Back in those days, The Advocate was a newspaper with a famous pink section in the middle for personal ads, because that was also in the days before internet. But on finding that, it spread all over campus that Brian Berg was gay. And within a few days, I would walk across campus and one student would call my first name, another student would call my second name, and a third student would say, "is a faggot," or worse. I came home devastated. I had to tell my parents. It was very hard for them to take, because I have two older brothers, one of whom is also gay and had severe drug problems. Trying to live, the world was a different place 30 years ago, and especially in Iowa it was different. Although I would say this, for Iowa, we're a little more progressive than California, because legally gays can get married in Iowa now, and we can't do that in California. So it's come a long way. My hometown actually has a chapter of the P flag that meets monthly, which is very different than 30 years ago. But when I returned to school after a weekend at home, my apartment had been broken into. My belongings had been hosed down with a garden hose. Fag was written across the walls, and my landlord eventually made me pay for the damages. One night, leaving class at 9 o'clock from attending an evening class, which was becoming more and more difficult. I mean, really, my mental health was degrading a great deal, because people I had been friends with shunned me. I was beaten up on campus and attacked. One weekend when returning from home, I was actually ran off the road just outside of the town, followed by, when I was followed by I believe it was a Ford truck loaded with guys. I had played intramural sports, and all of a sudden, had I been looking at them the wrong way. And I always say this, up until Matthew Shepard was hung on a Wyoming barbed wire fence, it was okay in this country to murder someone simply because they made a pass at you. And in some parts of this country, it's still okay. And it's the old joke that if women were able to kill men simply for unwanted passes, there wouldn't be a whole lot of men left on the planet. So, and I always tell people, I'm happily partnered. And he's a great support to me, and I care very much about him. I miss him terribly, so I'm choking up a little bit. He's had to take a job overseas and will be gone for several months. But the support of family and friends got me through all of that. And it was a very difficult time. And when you're 18, 19, and 20, that's a hard time to come out. Coming out is never easy, and it's never done all at once. I still find myself sometimes coming out, even though I don't hide who I am, but it surprises me how many times people are clueless as to who I am. I have a very close friend of mine who I've known for 10 years, and 2 years ago, on coming out day, at the age of 47, he came out. And he's a stand-up comedian in the Bay Area, and he came out during his act. And it was a very brave thing for him to do. Speaking up takes courage, and 28 years ago, I couldn't do it. and I went home and life happened, and it took me a long time to get back here. But I'm proud of who I am, because I'm not a gay person, I'm not a white person, I am Brian, that's all I am. And that's all I can be. And if that's not good enough for you, then, well, I don't think you're good enough for me. And I'll just walk on by, because there's plenty of other people more worth my time. I don't seek those who seek you out, don't seek those who seek to put you out. That's my motto in life. So tonight I'm going to be speaking at the Peralta District Board meeting about our class cuts here. Peralta's cutting 500 classes district-wide, 100 here at the College of Alameda. I've waited 28 years to come back to school, and by God, I'm going to get the education I deserve to have. And I will fight for it. And I will fight with you, and I will speak for you tonight. But we all need to raise our voices. And if you can come out tonight, come out. This is coming out days in more ways than one. And please come to the Peralta District Board meeting tonight. It's very important that your presence is there. It's very important that we fight. It's our human right to be treated decently, and it's our human right to get an education. And I'm ready to fight, and I hope you will too. Thank you very much. I hope you will.